Welcome to another episode of Hugo Smokes. I'm your host, Hugo, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the MIcallef Blue in a 6x52 Toro format. And this cigar here has a very nice and unique blend. It consists of a Mexican San Andres Sumatra wrapper over Ecuador Habano binder over fillers from Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. As far as my previous experience with MIcallef, this is going to be my first one. Apparently this is the second one on their line. The first one is the black, so I'm kind of doing things backwards, but I didn't know that and I chose this one first. This cigar came way of my buddy JD Adalco in a bomb he sent me recently. I believe he smoked the black and he said it was a okay cigar, so I wanted to compare the blue. I also have the black, which I'm going to be smoking at a later date and probably releasing back-to-back videos of both. So let's go ahead and take a look at the nice sheen on this cigar. Very nice, and several prominent veins, as you can see there, running along the cigar. Nice work on the cap. Nice and packed foot. Very nice and ornate band there. Great color scheme. There's the blender information. There's the tobacco factory information. Very earthy on the aroma coming off of the wrapper. Let's go ahead and test the draw on this cigar. Oh, before I do that, I want to mention that this cigar is a little bit on the higher end of the RH that what I like. It's coming in at around 66 on the cap and around 63 at the foot. Usually want to smoke my cigars around 60, but you know, it's been in the dry box for a few days, so let's see how it performs. Earthy notes coming off of the cold draw. The wrapper itself is a little bit bitter, and there's a underlying sweet note on the cold draw. So let's go ahead and light it up and see what we get. Alright, here at startup, just getting a medium coffee roasted note on the palate. That's a little bit bitter in nature, followed by an undertone of herbalness that's just very mild. Let's see what the retrohale is all about. Alright, on the retrohale, the main note is like a bready sweetness that's very mild. Secondary, like a floral note that's a little bit spicy. This cigar has a very nice medium finish, to be honest with you. The sting on the sinus is, I would say, medium minus, like a 3 or 4 out of 10 already. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got here on light up. Let me go ahead and keep smoking this down past the first third, and I'll be back for my first update. Welcome back. I'm at the end of the first third of this MIcallef Blue. Check out construction on this cigar is dead on, nice stacked ash. Burn line is pretty much razor sharp in my book. No complaints there. Still producing a considerable amount of smoke. Medium in my opinion. The cigar already transitioned here in the first third on the palate. The coffee notes turn into a dark chocolate that's semi-sweet and bitter. Secondary floral and citrus notes on the long finish. A little bit biting on the palate. The retrohale is pretty consistent with the floral spice, underlying sweet bread notes. So overall, the cigar is nicely well balanced right here. Still medium plus bodied. The flavors strength is medium minus. With the retrohale sting increased a little bit, we got about a 5 or 6 out of 10. So it's ramping up little by little, to be honest with you. And the smoke is nice and creamy, luscious, semi-syrupy. That's pretty much all I got here on the first third. Let me keep smoking this down past the second third before this primary ban, and I'll be back for my next update. Welcome back. I'm at the end of the second third of this MIcallef Blue. Construction is just immaculate on this cigar, not taking off any points whatsoever on it. The ash just fell before this take. And as far as the flavor notes here on the second third, let me take off this band before I burn through it. On the palate, just getting a very pronounced herbal note with a secondary citrus zest that's a little bit biting on the palate. Minor white pepper as well on the very long finish. On the retrohale, getting a mineral note that's a little bit salty and chalky at the same time. Dries out the palate a little bit. With a secondary floral note that's just riding in the background. The retrohale sting has been pretty consistent at about a 6 out of 10 throughout the second third, so it's stinging quite a bit on the sinus. The smoke continues to be nice and creamy. Flavors are medium plus bodied. Strength is medium now, but I do have to say that on the very long finish, there's a pungent tobacco taste in your mouth, which is not really enjoyable. Almost metallic like. So that's my only complaint here in the second third. Let me keep smoking this down as far as I can, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this MIcallef Blue. Welcome back. I'm at the end of this MIcallef Blue. As you can see, the ash just fell before this take, but construction, the burn line is just on the money pretty much. As far as the notes though, that's a different story. On the palate, just turned very acrid and bitter, which is not very enjoyable here. So the cigar took a downfall in the last third. On the retrohale, getting a mix of white pepper, floral, spice that's a little bit faded, just kind of nuanced. So overall, the first and second thirds were decent smoke on this MIcallef Blue. It's been burning for an hour and 42 minutes, give or take. Price point on this cigar is $7 and some change for a single. You can get 5 packs as well, and a box of 25. Overall, my impression with this cigar is basically a daily driver, yardstick, pretty much. I was able to leave it unattended for close to a minute or two, and it didn't go out. So great combustion. But just, the flavor profile is just not really of my tasting, and especially here at the last third, it just turned very unpleasant. So that's my take on this MIcallef Blue. So I would say don't go out of your way to try to get the cigar, but if you see it around, you can pick up a pair of them so you can smoke one and compare one later. And that's pretty much all I have on this MIcallef Blue. If you've had the cigar before, let me know your thoughts on it, if you liked it or not. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.